Time now for today's Executive Edge, and we're tackling one of today's hottest topics, the rapid rise of cannabis stocks. But there are some hurdles facing IPOs in that space. Leslie Picker is here with a closer look. Leslie, at a time when everyone looks at this space and says, wow, why aren't there more deals to kind of satiate the demand for these stocks?
There are some coming down the pike, but we thought it was important to look for some of the smoke signals, so to speak, within the regulatory filings of those who have come out recently. And each high-flying cannabis stock has a common disclosure in its IPO prospectus, very high up in its IPO prospectus, and that's the risks related to regulation. Regulatory approvals and disapprovals will likely be the lifeblood of cannabis stocks' momentum to both the upside and the downside. Take Tilray, for example. Its shares are up nearly 62% so far this week, largely thanks to the DEA's approval to import medical marijuana for a clinical trial in California. But the first risk factor in its filing from its July IPO involves the company's dependence on approvals to grow, process, package, store, sell, and export medical cannabis. And this is all in Canada, where pot has been legal for medicinal purposes for years and will soon be decriminalized for recreational purposes. Now, the first 5 risk factors all focus on approvals, legalization, compliance in Canada and other countries, but it's a similar story with other recent IPOs as well. There was a blank check company called MTech, which raised $58 million for what it describes to be a cannabis-related acquisition. MTech lists risks that include the use of cannabis being illegal under federal law, assets related to cannabis may be forfeited, and the federal government and applicable state laws may prevent the company from maximizing its potential income, which could be a big issue for investors. Imagine reading these types of risk factors in any other type of investment or any other type of company.
You know what gets me is when we have these CEOs on, none of them will admit to using their products for recreational purposes. If you've got a product that you don't want to admit to using, you might be a little concerned about investing.
Right, because it's, you want a CEO who's behind the product and who can use it and who can stay comfortably in front of a live audience that they use it without the risk of any kind of legal backlash.
Right.
We have Canopy Growth on today that I've been trying to figure out this company too. When you put it into drinks, you take out the stuff that gets you high.
Yeah, at least Coca-Cola, when it was looking into it, was saying it.
So then what?
But there's also supposed to be other things that are good.
Therapeutic
for like bringing down inflammation and
the medical
kind of thing. Think of it that way.
Is anyone talking about putting it into drinks and leaving the?
I don't know. That's a good question for him.
Because they do. I mean, they don't take it out of brownies, right?
No,
they leave it in for the edibles. All right.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, of course not. Or any of the CEOs wouldn't know.